DJ Moore spent 5 years in the NFL as a cornerback for the Bears, for Tampa Bay, and for Carolina. Now he is sharing a behind-the-scenes look at the cutthroat side of football. DJ, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing pretty well. Okay, so before we get to the trade talk, because that is fascinating, I got to ask, this transition from the preseason, the Bears open up on Thursday. Did you like playing in the preseason, or could you just not wait till the game's counted?
For me, it was two different feelings. The first year, I really wanted to play in the preseason. I was a fourth-round draft pick. Kind of wanted to prove myself. So I think it was important for me to play in the preseason. But as the years went on, you wouldn't play much. So if you were a contributing player, the preseason ain't that fun. You don't get paid, but I think about $1,000 a week. And if you get hurt, then your contract is not guaranteed. So it was fun sometimes.
So you see what Matt Nagy's doing with sitting some of these players on out for the time being.
Somewhat, the quarterback was out. It kind of confused me with the quarterback because he isn't established yet. You know what I mean? So I would have liked to see him play in the preseason, but hey, you don't want your star players getting hurt.
Amen to that. Talking about star players, let's talk about a post you had, which is awesome, that you wrote. It's so cool to get a lens into this world of professional sports that we only see as fans. The moment that Greg Olsen gets traded, I know a lot of Bears fans were upset by that. It was kind of surprising coming off the heels of the NFC Championship game. But you talk about that and how it kind of changed your eyes and your viewpoint about what kind of goes on in the NFL, that it really is a business.
Oh, yeah, and that's what we do over at Pro Style Media is that, you give players, a platform to give a story from, from their point of view. You may see it from a GM's point of view because they're always in the news, or maybe even the quarterback's point of view. But like what had happened was when we get to camp, all of a sudden you can kind of see the commotion kind of, riling up and people in the hallways. And then you go into the room, you can see, the look on their face. He's real upset. Now, he got traded to a team that really wanted him. He got paid. So it's a lot of things like that to go on. I've seen guys like we'll get on the plane to go to a game, and we get off the plane, they'll get cut and fly them back. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things like that that go on, and you have friends get cut and families get moved, and none of the money is guaranteed. You never know what's going to, really happen with them. So it's fascinating. So if you have time and check out the Pro Style Media. We got a lot of guys on there, doing that thing, giving stories from their point of view.
You've actually spoken out kind of about that anxiety about not knowing the future, even nightmares about being cut and traded. How much does that weigh on pro players, knowing that is a possibility at all times?
I mean, it's a lot. You'll go from doing really good one year to not playing another year. I mean, I couldn't tell you that I still, can play now. Well, I thought I'd probably still be playing now, but it's just the way the NFL is. 1 year they like you, another year, they don't. And it's literally you're a play away from getting paid, a play away from getting cut, and a play away from your career being over with. So it's really, really competitive, which I like, but it's very stressful.
I wanted to ask you, you mentioned Greg Olsen getting paid by his new team. You kind of talked about the preseason as well. In that era of like free agency, I've always wondered, is money the only thing that matters, or do you take into account the city, the organization, or is at the end of the day, does the team have to pay you and you go in where the money is?
I think at the beginning, it's about the money. I think before, because everybody's like, well, it's play for love of the game. I think you did that when you was in high school, maybe even in college. But I think when you get to the NFL, you're thinking about like how much guaranteed money can I get to set, my family up. Now, if it's your second or third time getting paid, then you're probably looking for, a championship team, or you go to the Patriots or somebody like that and take less money, or come to Chicago. We have a good team. But I think the first goal is, set yourself up, for success for future generations, for your kids and their kids to have.
Amen to that. All right, Bears are taking on the Packers this weekend. They got a tough schedule. Parity in the league is tough now. You play one good year, they give you a harder schedule the next. How do you think the Bears are going to do?
It's going to be interesting. Matt Nagy's second year. He's offensive genius. Hopefully the offense, steps up. Last year the defense was one of the things that, carried the team. I think it's all on the quarterback's shoulders. Can he Can he build off of last year? I think he improved from his rookie year. So can he's going to be the one to take us to the next step, the next level. And to be honest, I mean, I don't want to be biased. I'm just not sure. You know, what I mean, he's the guy that can do it. So I haven't seen it anyway.
You want to kick for the Bears, DJ, or what?
No, that's well, that's the thing. It hurts my feeling. You know, the kicker gets all the blame, but really, I mean, you can score more points. You can stop the other team from scoring on defense. So it was a lot that went into that game. You know what I mean? So you're a coach that, you know, known for being a genius on offense. Well, I mean, you just score more than, what was it, 13 points?
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. People forget that. Hey, DJ, thanks so much for stopping by. We appreciate it.
Oh, man, thanks for having me, man.
All right, to keep up with DJ Moore, follow him on social media, read his articles. It's really a fascinating behind-the-scenes lens. Head over to ProStyleMedia.com.